Ham now is being named as the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Thoughts on Darvin Ham? What you got?
I think that it fits exactly what's going on in the league. When you look at it,
Mhm.
it goes exactly. We look at the Boston Celtics. Look at the Pelicans. Look at the Phoenix Suns. Look at the Houston Rockets. I can go on and on and on and on. It's going exactly what the new trend is going on. Then they gave him all this power. That's what messed me up. So no Rambis is going to be in the meetings. He done hired Rasheed Wallace. He reminds me of Mike Tomlin. He's saying the right things in the press conference. So I know Rob is like, "Thank you, protect me, please." You know what I mean? I'm gonna go talk on the phone like I'm really doing work. Um, but you know, I'm gonna see. You know, he talked a good game. I think he selling some illusions based upon Westbrook playing defense. You know, um, and I see Westbrook was the only one at the press conference. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. Based upon him, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I think they already put a culture shock by having Rasheed Wallace there.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's definitely going to be different. Um, thank God for getting rid of John Lucas the third and Fizdale Deuces. They keep it handy. I mean, he's making his moves, you know. But the only thing for me to really have confidence, you know, and I want Westbrook to step up and take responsibility for last season. Seemed like everybody else is, but he's still living in a place where he's not taking responsibility of what last season was. You know what I mean? He's putting it on everybody else. Well, we didn't get to play much together. Well, you know, I'm still a bad boy. You know what I mean? Well,
Yeah.
you only missed 4 games and you couldn't even get what you had. And you should have been able to get what you had to at least to play in. But the real issue was you had issues with the coach. And I played for a team where our quarterback had issues with the offensive coordinator, and people said they felt like he threw some games. No offense, but I don't feel like he gave all season because he's spoiled. That's just how I feel. That's why LeBron said, "Okay, I'm just gonna shoot." You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
But I'm just gonna keep it at that. But congratulations to him. I know you a deeper sports guy than I am. I definitely think he's gonna try to bring a different culture. I hope they accept him. You know, I see he was an ex-assistant coach for them or something like that for the Lakers. So I'm excited to see how you feel and what's your expectation or how do you?
Yeah, and this is one of those where I'm kind of shocked that the Lakers did this because normally the
Right,
Lakers go for a sexy name.
right,
When it comes to it's funny how I look at this hire. I love it. I love the fact that Darvin Ham he gets an opportunity because normally
mm,
this is how it's really supposed to happen, where a guy
right,
goes through the ranks,
right,
becomes he's been coaching since 2008, and I
right.
think I've got like at the time it was the D League. Then going being part of Mike Budenholz's staff in Atlanta and also in Milwaukee. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. He's a Popovich branch. So this is another one too. Where you think like Pop got his fingerprints on everything. When it's
Right.
all said and done within the NBA landscape, you'll be surprised how many Pop guys, as far as it may not be a direct extension, but he's what I call like a branch, a tea leaf off of the Pop's tree. Of Pop's tree. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think hiring my uncle Rasheed Wallace. I think that's going to help. I think that's going to be one of those where I think Anthony Davis. That was I thought about. That's the first person I thought about, like Anthony Davis. Like I thought about he gonna get
Mm-hmm.
that he get him in shape. He gonna get him mentally straight. He gonna get him mentally on track. I think with Sheed is tough.
Right.
Sheed is a dog. I tell people
And
like
and
yeah,
and now, from what I'm hearing, they're not going. Thank God, he don't want to play the five. So I
yeah.
think from what I'm hearing, he's gonna play the five a little bit, but he's not. He doesn't want to play the five. He want to play the least. Honestly, he want to play the four, and they may put him at the three. I heard that Howard may come back, and I heard they may find a way to try to get McGee to go back.
So yeah, so then I like that move as far as getting Sheed. In a situation like with Russell Westbrook, like him coming to it, I don't mind it because a part of me is like he's only got 1 year left, so it's almost like you're stuck, and it's almost like just deal with it at this point, because obviously what you're gonna trade, who gonna want him? Because what's gonna happen? Who's gonna take on his contract? Then what you gonna get in return? Like, are you gonna get guys who got 3 years left on their deal, 4 or 5 years left on their deal, just to get rid of him, and just be like, hey, let's just see what we can do for this year and what have you. And I think Darvin Ham, he did a great job as far as talking about Russell Westbrook. This lip service. It's lip service. In past tense, yes, he is one of the best and one of a great talent in the NBA. But in 2022, no. It's lip service, and that's fine. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to. This is what you do. He was the opposite of what we call Nick Sirianni. You got to win the press conference, and that's what he tried to do. You got to win the press conference. So I mean, obviously, him going back talking about his situation when he was 15 and all that. But,
when he said he got shot in the face, I think everybody was like, "Ooh, okay, we're not gonna go too far."
Right.
I think so that shut everybody like, "Oh, I didn't know it." Okay. We're not gonna take this too far. you know.
Not at all. So
quick before we move on, do you think that they just gonna hold him until mid-season and then get rid of him?
Potentially. I think if it just depends on how it goes. Like if it's almost eerily similar to kind of like how it was last year, I could definitely see them saying, hey, your summer starts in March. Like, I mean, but because it just depends on how they are, and I still think they're going to be a potentially playoff team. So I think they'll still have it. They'll win. Their opportunity of making the playoffs will still exist. But if it's like last year, yeah.
Don't you think that was desperate that he was at the press conference and nobody else was there? I was like, "The hell is you doing there?" When you know nobody else, like, you know what I mean? Like, look, guys, I'm here. I was like, man.
Yeah. And it's that kind of almost like a save face, and it's all about like being seen, because the part is like in your mind you got, because some people nowadays we have selective memory, so some people forget like how bad this year really was, because we went maybe about like 2 months, maybe about 8 weeks from about 6-7 weeks removed from the regular season. Yeah, but I'm saying, but we know people have short attention spans, so that's why probably they looked at like, well, people just gonna forget. I'm here, I'm all in, and kind of like, guess what's gonna happen. But so Darvin Ham, so he does have a Richmond connection. So do you remember when he broke the backboard in the NCAA tournament against North Carolina, and they beat us? That was at the Richmond Coliseum.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. That rim-shattering, that rim-breaking dunk was a stone's throw away here in Richmond, Virginia. So, yeah. So, yeah. Good shout out to Darvin Ham. Yeah, the former Texas Tech guy, and so
Dad should be happy, because I don't care what nobody say. Them refs. He said, "Man, I want somebody to intimidate the refs some." I think since he made that mark about getting shot in the face, I think the refs gonna be a little chill. Because I was like, I looked at him different. I was like, oh well, damn. And then he hired Rasheed Wallace. I was like, oh yeah, they about to be crazy. Wow.
They're gonna be some dogs, man. I was like, yeah, they're gonna. That's the thing too. And another thing too, where I think they're gonna get the respect from the players. I'm as far as that, and it's funny. And it's another thing too. You gotta think to yourself, dude, how how LeBron played against like majority of his coaches,
right?
That just speaks. That's why people don't like. That's another thing too. People don't realize that speaks to like, dude, this man been in the league for 20 years. This man then had Tyronn Lue as coach, Luke Walton is coach. Matter of fact, Luke Walton, they came out the same year.
Right.
And then Darvin Ham, and he played against him. And I'm like, that's another thing that it trips me out. But